Good. All right, Grilla family, it's Friday, finally, all right. Finally get a chance to be on film with Drew. As you all know, I'm not a great cook, so we got Drew here to help us cook, right? Second time on film with us today. Excited to have Drew. Man, it's been fun working with you, man.
It's been amazing.
Personality's awesome. A little military background too,
yeah.
So there's always a little level of military guys. Right, we got some cops working here. Now we got some more military guys working here, so love that side of it. And really excited to have them on board to help us do some cooking around here, so Dom and I can get to what we get to around here. So, man, what do you got going on today?
Today's going to be great, man. So it's our second, excuse me, our second kind of run in the countdown to kickoff series. This week we're going to be doing some baby back ribs, some Grilla grill coleslaw, and some smoked chicken and buffalo dip. Before we get started, I just want to tell everybody thank you for such a warm reception in week one. I was able to go back through some of the comments and seeing you guys were most gracious and really, really cool to be a part of this family. So thank all of you out there for your support and kind words. So the first thing we're going to do real quick is just season up this meat, and then we'll kind of roll from there.
All right, so we're talking about this is game day preparation stuff. That's kind of the series you guys got going on. You and Dom had worked out. We got the big game coming. What are we going to cook, man? So this is kind of what we want to help you guys, give you some ideas, and of course, you know, we got to do some ribs.
Yeah, you got to do some ribs. I mean, I was going through, like, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? The one thing I didn't have to discuss with myself on ideas was the ribs were coming at some point.
I know, right?
So in week two, we got the ribs for you.
And the second part of this is the good old fat food, man. That's
I
think that's what you do on game day, right? It's all that fat stuff that you
should like
eating.
Game day, for me, is 2 days. Well, game day and New Year's Day. I like to just get gnarly, you know what I mean?
It's like everything fried.
And other days in between, but you know. There we are. All right, guys, so we just have some baby back ribs here. We have them cut in half. One thing I do want to point out to you real quick on the back side here, you can see this kind of slit that I have run down the side or down the middle. What I did was I just ran a knife down the middle and peeled the membrane back on both sides. It's not the end of the world if for some reason you forget this, but it really it gives the smoker less to contend with as far as what it has to break down if you pull that membrane off. So we're going to...
And I mentioned, we talked about that before, there's a lot of ways to remove those membranes, and you can slice them, pull them off. You can run a butter knife, a dull butter knife underneath there and pull them off.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of ways to do that.
I actually didn't know that until you told me that earlier today.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Actually a great one. We actually have a YouTube video on how to take the membrane off, and it works really well.
Sweet.
And but yeah, so now you're getting some binder on.
Yeah, we got a little binder on here, just some mustard. You can use this, you know, you can use olive oil, you can use canola oil. I like mustard just because it infuses more flavor. And we're just going to put some of our all-purpose rub on there. Really delicious. And by the way, Gabby is my wife. If you're watching, she gave me a critique last week. I have my gloves on today, so there we are. Well, just to let you know, I got the gloves on.
The only one, because the first couple videos I did, I critiqued myself pretty hard, right?
Yeah.
My teenage daughter and my wife just like murdered me when I was home. Oh, you said that, you mispronounced that. Like, or are you getting in front of the camera?
Yeah, I know. So I just want to say, if you're out there, Gabby, I love you to death, and I have my gloves on. So I might be hearing about that later, but it was worth it because that was fun. All right, so again, guys, just we have 3 chicken breasts here. That's going to be for our ribs. This is going to be for our smoked chicken dip, okay? Smoked buffalo chicken dip. And actually, excuse me, we're going to go into our poultry seasoning, the cluck. Again, just liberally right over the top. And there we are. Let those hang out for a second. And then Mark's got a couple things to talk about with you real quick.
All right, so we made a small announcement in one of our private groups. As you guys know, we always are working on things around here. We listen to what you guys always are asking for, and we try to bring it as quickly as possible, but as quality as possible as well. So we do have a new accessory today. We have a lot of people who have been asking for this particular thing.
Right on.
And I mentioned in the group, probably one of my more exciting ones because a lot of you are finally going to be happy. Seriously, dude. I told you, man. These
you
people
did.
have been on me. When is my Grilla going to get some love? The Grilla's getting some love. All right, guys. We got jerky racks for everything. And yes, the Grilla was last, but wait till I pull this thing out, guys. This thing adds 640 square inches to your Grilla. So let me pull this out and show you what we got here in a minute. So much like the other jerky racks, all stainless steel. Folds out nicely, folds up to go get put away. All heavy-duty stainless steel. This isn't no thin one here, guys. We got 2 separate racks. Obviously, the bottom one goes in the bottom here. This is going to give you a ton of room, which we're going to show you here in a minute. This all slides in. Guys, that is a lot of room for your Grilla. Fits in there perfect. It's got some little hooks that clip into your grate, which we'll show you here in a second. The amount of food you can get in your Grilla now, guys, is legit. And now you don't have to text me anymore that you want something for your OG. All joking aside, I love them. You know, we get a lot of texts. Hey, I'd like to have this for my grill. Even when we launched the Primate, oh, I wish you guys had that. We're like, man, we just launched it. But in reality, we love that you guys ask for products. I mean, that's
it's incredible.
And then when we can give them to them and at a quality construction with a great price, the feedback's always fantastic. So I'm excited to finally bring you some love to the Grilla. Jerky rack. All of our grills now have jerky racks. Primates doesn't make any sense, so it doesn't have any, so don't even ask. But anyway, let's try.
I can tell you though.
Get asked, right? So can you get a jerky rack in a Primate? No.
I can tell you there's some coming in here this morning though and getting ready to do this. I was able to get everything that we're cooking on here.
Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely amazing. You know, it's not even Tetris either. It just goes right in there. You're good to go. It really exponentially increases the amount of stuff you're able to cook, and that comes in really handy when you're having people over.
Well, this doubles the size.
Yeah.
The Grilla is about 500 square inches, and we're adding 640.
So there you
go. The chimp that we launched a couple weeks ago, same deal. It just made that whole grill capacity amazing. So let's see it in action. What do we got?
Cool. Let's do it. All right, so guys, we're gonna just essentially throw everything that we have seasoned. I'm gonna grab some gloves real quick. See, that's I get two brownie points today. We're gonna throw everything on that we guys have nice and seasoned. Our ribs and our chicken. Get that going for us. If I can get these on. All right, guys. So the first thing we're gonna do, thank you. First thing we're gonna do is gonna put our chicken on. It's really important if you're smoking a bunch of stuff at one time. Let's go ahead and get our chicken closer to the bottom. The reason being is chicken renders itself safe at 165 degrees. So the pork's gonna go up here on the top, chicken at the bottom. The reason for that is it's dripping down and the chicken needs to cook to 165 where our pork renders itself safe at 155. So you can see the common sense there while we want the chicken on the bottom. So we're just gonna slide these right in. It's okay if it gets a little dirty, clean it later. By the way, we have our temperature set here at 225 degrees. We're gonna roast that, let that smoke for about an hour, well, about 60 to 75 minutes or until you have an internal temperature of 165. Gonna throw our ribs here up on top. And the ribs, guys, we're gonna do for the first couple of hours uncovered smoked. Then we're gonna take them out of the oven or take them out of the smoker. We can just let you hang out there for a second. Go ahead.
I was going to point out one thing, guys. When you use this rack, it's actually got some hooks. So you take your grate and you run your grate this way, and then the little legs on the grill lock in those slots to keep it from moving around this way and this way. So make sure you turn your grate so your runners go this way, and it locks that thing in nicely.
Beautiful. Cool. So there we go. Let's close it up. Let's move on to some other things. All right, so the next on the docket, guys, we're gonna make some Grilla Grills coleslaw. Can't have ribs without coleslaw where I'm from. I grew up in South Alabama. Can't help it, we're just dirty down there, so. All right, guys, so we're gonna take a little bit of just normal cabbage. Recipes will be posted for you guys shortly. Take it, you wanna take the cabbage, you wanna core it and just give it some real gentle slices down, nice and thin, just like that. There we go. Then we're gonna take some of our red cabbage. About half as much. About half as much again. Take it out, core it in nice thin slices, just like so. There we go. Right in there. Then we're gonna take some of our red onions.
This is where my wife would say, done.
Done, yep, done.
She can eat cooked onions, but if she
Raw?
even tastes
That's weird, man.
raw onion, it's game over.
I like onions across the board, but you know, people and
So
be
if you
people.
scored brownie points, I'm gonna get
You're done.
going.
That's it.
I just threw my wife under the bus.
Have fun.
Sorry, honey.
Have a great weekend. Yeah, you got a few hours at this point.
Coming back at me, man.
That's all right. All right, guys, so we have our two types of cabbage, our onion. I'm gonna throw a little bit of just mayonnaise in here. Just by feel. There we go. Gonna throw a little bit of mustard. Just to touch. And on the recipe, you're gonna see it was posted later. I actually called for celery seed here, which I definitely think you should use, but they didn't have any today. So we're just gonna do a little Italian seasoning. We're just gonna improvise. Still tastes nice and delicious. Touch of apple cider vinegar. Yeah, there we go. And then just a little bit of sugar. What that sugar does, it doesn't lend much as far as flavor, but it does help neutralize that vinegar to a point. So we're just getting a taste of the vinegar, not all that crazy acidity. All right, and normally I'd say let's use some salt and pepper, but since we have it available today, we're gonna use some of our all-purpose rub, because why not? We're at Grilla Grills, and this is Grilla Grills coleslaw. Boom. And then we're just gonna mix all this together. This is actually the part where the gloves really do come in handy.
Right.
So we're gonna mix this together. And honestly, guys, if you're on game day itself, it is nice to have fresh coleslaw, but if you wanna go ahead and make this like an hour before and just give those flavors a little bit of a chance to kind of meld up, I think that's always a good idea. All right, so that's our coleslaw. We're gonna set that aside for just a second.
Hold that up and let me see that real quick.
Yeah, you got it, brother. We're gonna make that look a little nicer in a second, but it's just gonna kind of do its thing right now. And then we're gonna go ahead and jump in for our smoked buffalo chicken dip.
That sounds amazing.
Right?
I love dip. I mean, it's always, you got the queso, everybody's got that when you put some sauce
Yeah.
in. That's fantastic.
It's so easy.
This sounds really good, so I'm excited to see this one.
Yeah, me too, man. And you know, it's easy. Game day is supposed to be about ease. It's supposed to be about sitting back, having some drinks with your friends. Yeah, cooking is important, but it shouldn't encapsulate the whole day. So let's just do some things we can prep ahead of time even and just have a good time. So what we're gonna do, guys, we're gonna take some cream cheese. Kind of important to have this at room temperature. You can set it out overnight. It's not gonna hurt anything, all right?
That's a good tip.
Then we're gonna have 2 cups of jack cheese. This is actually a cheddar and jack blend. And we'll go ahead and do just 1 cup of straight cheddar. And then, guys, we're gonna put our smoked chicken. We smoked this earlier today. Takes relatively no time whatsoever. I did threw some breast on this morning, actually, on the new rack there. I had them off in just about an hour, so perfectly ready to go, nice and juicy. So all in business. I don't think I could have been a doctor because those guys have to change these things out like all the time, and I can barely get 1 pair on. So just, you know, just to kind of cut into that chicken just a little bit and get this out of the way, we can see how really nice and juicy that came out, okay? Really, really delicious. Just gonna give that a quick little chop. I'm gonna throw this in there. Once again, I'm gonna throw this in there. There we go. And then last but not least, we're gonna have 1 cup. I use Frank's wing sauce. You can really use whatever hot sauce you want to. Obviously, you're gonna wanna keep in consideration how hot the sauce is before you go ahead and put a whole cup of it in there, but this is Frank's Red Hot, the wing buffalo style sauce. There's some sauces out there, a whole cup, I don't know if that's gonna work out so well for you. All right.
We have one guy in our group, Jason Denier, and he loves the basically burn your face off type stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And he sends me bottles and like, Mark, you gotta try it. And he knows I will sweat when I eat Doritos. I can't handle that.
I know,
anyway,
me too.
He's the guy that will just put the power on.
I know. If people are from my home state are watching, I'm sure they're mortified because, you know, from the South, we're supposed to like a lot of heat. Yeah. And I do, but every time I eat it, I start pouring sweat. To the point, when we go out to eat, my wife's like, you're not getting something spicy, because I can't do it. I'm not going to watch you sweat. It look like you just ran a marathon when all you're trying to do is eat a burrito, okay?
My daughter feels like, Dad,
I mean, it's bad. It's really bad.
It's disgusting because we're eating wings and I'm pouring down my head. I'm like, I can't help it.
I know.
Dad,
I know.
it's disgusting. I'm like,
It's kind of a thing. All right, guys, I'm going to start mixing this together, and I think you want to kind of take a quick tour.
Yeah, mix that up. Guys, I want to talk about the Primate, why he's mixing that up. Don, why don't you come around over here? As you guys know, the Primate's been out for a couple weeks now. We're filling orders. We have a bunch of trucks going out again today. So thanks for your patience on that. We're getting these to you as fast as we can. The feedback has been amazing, man. You guys, now that you get your hands on it, the feedback you guys are telling everybody that kind of watching has been great. So thank you for the guys that have gotten them and has taken the time to post pictures and make comments on the quality of this thing. This is our breakfast cooking machine right here. I typically come in the morning, put these 2 burners on here, turn my computer on. By the time I come out, this thing is already screaming hot. Throw a couple eggs on there. As you can see, this thing is seasoned beautifully. So the non-skid is amazing. Yeah, snow outside. Maybe non-stick, maybe?
These aren't snow tires, man.
The way this thing cooks so fast and cleans up so easy, I love it for the morning breakfast, and I'm a breakfast guy. So switch that out. You basically lift this out and put some grates in. Let's bring over here a minute down. So this is an example of a new one we got here, but you basically just set these 3 panels in. There's a little finger hole. Lift these out. You put these little covers over top of the burners. These things are 7 pounds of stainless, guys. These are 5/16 stainless steel. place this on there. Now if you want to cook some burgers, if you like that flame kiss, we got it. Quick switch over, probably less than 5 minutes, man. So we're going to be doing some more cooking. I believe you said you're going to do some more for Valentine's, is that right?
Oh yeah, actually Valentine's Day we're going to be cooking some really killer steaks. I'm not sure exactly what cuts yet, but we're going to be putting that to great use on Valentine's Day. In fact, we're probably going to do two things. We're probably going to grill them here, smoke them, and then we're going to do the reverse sear on the griddle over there. So we're going to get some really nice use out of it.
So to that point, I actually cooked some steaks last weekend. I came into work just to mess around in our little shop here. I did a reverse sear. I put it on the Grilla at 225, and when the internal temperature hit about 110, I already had the griddle just screaming hot. How did it go, man?
Yeah.
Sat that on there, and the crust that griddle made was a sort of picture.
Yeah, no, it was incredible. Yeah.
So, griddle does a great job for that cast sear full surface. But anyway.
And I've cooked a few things on there already. We did cook some sausage on there. I did some, just anything. I've actually, what I actually did as well is I got this thing ready to go, and I made some kind of like toast points for an appetizer. I just popped those right down there, a little bit of oil, get a perfect little char on the outside so nothing penetrates the cracker. Really nice.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, guys, so we're going to start kind of assembling some things. Let me get you to just kind of pan in on this. So we get everything well incorporated, okay? We're going to get it into something. It doesn't really matter what, as long as it's safe to go in the Grilla. We can put it at 350 degrees for about 30 to 45 minutes. If you're already having something in there and it's at 225, just throw it in there longer. It's super forgivable or super, amenable to whatever change. But 350 for about half hour, 45 minutes. If you already have something going, it's at smoking temperature, just throw it in there even longer. It's going to be just fine. So it's going to end up looking kind of like this. And I'm really, really excited. It's one of my favorite things on the planet. There we are. Boom.
That looks,
That's ready to rock and roll. That says big game all over it.
That needs to get in my belly.
Right? You can do some potato or just some tortilla chips with it. Next week we're going to be doing guacamole, so if you're having people over, you've got your tortilla chips and you can use them for two things. You can put them with the dip, you can put them with your guacamole. There you go.
I didn't know you guys are doing guac, man. I love some guac.
Oh, we're going to do some guac with some smoked serrano. We've got to have some smoke on it for Grilla Grill, so we're going to smoke some peppers and kind of make that our go-to.
We're doing guacamole, man. I love some guac.
So we're going to take our coleslaw, put that in there, so that's ready to serve with our ribs. There we go. And then last but not least, of course, are our ribs. And we'll talk a little bit about the ribs very briefly. So the ribs, we're going to follow the 3-2-1 method on these ribs. So we're going to go 225 degrees, uncovered for 2 hours. Okay, excuse me, 3 hours. Then we're going to take them off, and we're going to cover them with aluminum foil. What I like to do actually at that point is take a little beer, a little bit of mustard, and a touch of apple cider vinegar, kind of whisk it all together, kind of tin it, pour it in, then cover it up so it steams, gets really nice and moist when they're in there. Going to do that for 2 hours, pull them out, get rid of the cover, get rid of the foil, put your favorite barbecue sauce back in at 225 for 1 hour for a total of 6 hours. And when you pull that out, they're ready to go. They're ready to rock and roll. So easy to do. And actually, if you like them super, super tender, I've done it to where I did 2 hours on the upfront smoke, 3 hours covered, and 1 hour on the back end. It's really up to you and how you like them.
That's what I just wanted to say. It's how you like ribs, and that's the great thing about owning these grills. You go to a restaurant, you're getting them their way, not your way.
Exactly.
And for me, I used to do the 3-2-1, but I get a little lazy cooking. I'm not gonna lie. You know me, I'm a little lazy. I got other things to do. So I like the really tough bark on the outside.
Me too.
I do the unwrapped.
Yep.
But you don't get quite the juiciness that you do when you wrap them. So, hey, make it your way. I mean, some people like fall off the bone. Some people like bite off the bone. So try them on. We have a, what was that? We had some what's that recipe for no wrap? I think it's just called the no wrap ribs, right? So there's a YouTube video where we did a no wrap ribs as well. So try it, see what you guys like. And a lot of times I have people come over, they're like, oh man, I really like dry rub. Well, I like sauce. So make a couple kinds, man. That's something a lot of people don't. They'll do a whole rack and do it all one style.
Yeah. Well, these are cut in half, and you can, you get different kind of barbecue sauce, however you want.
There you go. Cut them in half, and change it up so people have an option to try different styles.
Totally. And that's what's a great thing, too. And I grew up in kind of the culture. Well, first of all, I'm getting older now. These weren't even around. Secondly, I grew up, just traditional smokers. And those are great and they're fun. But, as you well know, it just takes constant time and attention. You really have to babysit them. With these, you can really cook any kind of rib that you like. You can have multiple types on at the same time, but because that temperature remains so constant, you really don't have to monitor it too much. Certain key points in the process need to be around, but outside of that, you can just go do what you have to do.
And I had a discussion talking about these grills, man. I talked to a guy the other day, and he was telling me on the way home, he's a local radio station around here, and he's like, Mark, I am not a good cook, but I cooked some ribs last weekend. No, he did a brisket. Sorry, he did a brisket. He goes, people were literally crying. It was so good.
Yeah.
And of course, he's being a little exaggerating on that, but he's like, everybody thought I was the greatest cook ever. And he goes, Mark, I don't know what I'm doing. That grill is amazing.
Yeah.
So again, we always kind of say you start in your backyard. These things will do a lot of the work. These little tips here just help you get that little elevation in your game, and you can make some fabulous food, man.
Oh, 100%. So we're going to do right now real quick, just going to give these a quick slice, if they'll be nice. There we go. You can just see how that cuts right through. I mean, just like butter. Just follow the bone down.
That's another good point right there. Like when I first started doing this, I would cut my ribs when they're face down like you have them on there.
Yeah.
And I could never find a bone.
Yeah, I just pull them right down the side.
Or flip it completely on the back, depending on the tenderness of them, so you
Yeah.
can see the bone. And it seems simple, but it was one of those things that I'm like, oh, dang.
It's perfect. So what we're going to do, as you can see, it's delicious. I actually made these for my entire family last night, and everybody flipped that up. Yeah, no, this is totally, it was delicious. So we're going to just use a couple of our sauces here. Me growing up in the South, I really like kind of more vinegary mustard-based sauces, which is this guy. Again, just speaking to your point, you can pull anything off, and at the very end, you can please everybody. And we're going to do this bad boy here. Delish. This is our thick and bold barbecue sauce, Grilla Grills. So there we have it, guys. We've got our thick and bold barbecue sauce. We've got our gold sauce, our buffalo chicken dip, smoked buffalo chicken dip, our coleslaw to go with the ribs, and of course some chips. So that's it for today. At least for me, it's been an absolute pleasure to be here with you. But I wanted to throw one thing out at you as the game week approaches. So next week on Friday, we're going to do our last shoot for the Countdown to Kickoff series. We're going to do some smoked pigs in a blanket. We're going to do some smoked chicken wings, and we're going to make some of that guacamole I was talking about with the smoked serranos. So at that point, we'd have gotten all kinds of ideas out to you over the course of 3 weeks about what you can do for your friends and family for the big game. The caveat to that is, on Sunday, I'm going to do a couple quick little shots on Facebook Live where I'm going to cook from my house on Super Bowl Sunday. In case you're getting lonely out there, I'll be there to hang out with you. But what I want you to do is in the comments section or any way that you can, just throw some ideas out at us. And the way we're going to do it is if we see one idea or one or two ideas that continuously show up, we're going to put that on. If we don't get that, then we're going to pick out something that's fun and easy and approachable for game day, and we're going to demo that for you live from my house on Sunday. So either way, we're going to have some fun.
Awesome.
Yeah,
cool,
so let us know.
So that's awesome.
We always want you guys involved out there in Grilla Grills land, and this is just one way we can do that in my house from us to you.
Right, update question.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah. So we got some questions coming in. So one of the questions is Wi-Fi. It's the number one question. It's coming, guys, and I know I just keep saying that. Early spring. For those of you who aren't in the manufacturing world, the pipeline has been disrupted immensely over there. Things are looking good. We do have boards out to people right now being tested. They're all out right now. I don't have any more to send out, but so we have some people out there testing. And right now, the reviews have been awesome, man. I mean, I was ready for some problems or tweaks, and it has been really good. And they're all excited. They're like, release it now. I'm like, well, I would if I had them, but I don't have them. But really soon, guys. And I apologize for the delay, but most of it's beyond anything we can control.
Yeah, sure.
It's manufacturing. It's I won't get all into it, but I can promise you it's nothing right now. I feel really good about the initial testing, so you guys are going to love it. So yeah, hope that answered. I don't know if there's any other questions popping in, Don. Do you see any? I'll be glad to answer them. It is Friday. It's sunny out, man. I don't know. I'm heading up north, and you said you're hanging out around here, so we finally got some sunshine, and it's cold as a dickens, but it looks beautiful outside.
Yeah.
So, if there's not any more questions, Dom, Drew, seriously, thanks for stopping in, man.
Yeah,
and
thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
I'm starving. I've yet to eat stuff for my eggs this morning, so I'm going to dive into this. Excited to have you on board with this. Dom and I are like giddy about it because you just come in here and you knock it out, dude. We don't do anything except go live and shoot some videos and eat some good food, man, on
Right on.
Fridays. And man, that's awesome. So guys, again, the Grilla Rack is on our website right now. Check it out. 640 inches to the Grilla. You guys should be happy now. Hopefully I get some messages the other way. Thanks, Mark, finally.
Kong as well.
Oh, yeah, good point. So I know some people are going to ask, does that fit in Kong? It does. It takes a little manipulation, but 100% it will fit in there. Is it designed specifically for the Kong? No, but we have put it in the Kong and it does work. I've actually seen it, you know, basically anything round, even what I think it will fit in a WSM, honestly.
Right on.
The problem is that if it drops down too far, you won't be able to pull the trays out, but you can absolutely drop that thing in there. So it's very versatile. I see even our chimp jerky rack and our other jerky racks ending up in other manufacturers' grills. It doesn't have to be just for our grill. If it fits in any grill, man,
just use it.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
And what we've done is try to find sizes that are common. And I love seeing pictures of that people are using it in other grills. You guys undeniably love the quality of it and the construction, all stainless steel 304. The ability to fold it up, throw it in your dishwasher is a huge thing, as you know, because when you get all those wires, it can be a real bugger to keep them all clean. So people love that. Guys, got any other questions? Keep the comments coming. As soon as we shut down here, I'll jump on, and Dom and I will try to answer any more questions. But jerky rack for the grill is here. Drew's here. I'm hungry. Are you hungry?
I'm starving, man. Let's do this.
Dom, you got work to do. This is all us. But anyway, guys, hey, have a great Friday, and we'll catch you soon, man.
Have a great weekend. Cheers.